we're gonna hike to Cooper Canyon Falls, but we're gonna go to a hidden waterfall. We're gonna go ahead and get a little closer to it.
But we're gonna get off the trail, creek cross our way, rock scramble our way to this hidden waterfall today in the Angeles National Forest.
Alright, so we have made it to the parking lot. They have a bench right here, so it's gonna look like this. And if you go up here a bit more, you got a trash can, you got a restroom. But we're gonna go past these boulders over here to start the hike. All right, so the trail did take me off and on. So because I'm a bit lost, I'm actually just gonna have to find my way back down to the campground to get to it. But right now, these views are just amazing. So this is the second time this trail has given me problems. I don't know if it's the reception up here, but it always has a way of taking you on the trail and then off the trail and then on the trail, and then like you're like, wait, where's the trail? So I've never had a problem with any of the hikes like that, except this one particularly. Okay, so I made it down to where the creek is at, sort of, but I see sort of like a parking lot area. It's gonna take me down there and it's gonna get me back on this trail right here. So let's just maneuver our way around this and find our way back down. As you can see, we're back where the creek is at. So we're gonna head up here and it's gonna merge us back onto the path. This sign is letting us know to go this way. So this is actually a very well put together campground. You could come up and you could refill your water through one of the fountains. They've got restrooms. So this is definitely a great spot if you ever want to go camping and then do the hike. It's an overnight day hike. All right, so right now the path starts out sort of like paved, but once we get off the trail, you're gonna see it's gonna be back into like a primitive dirt path, prototypical hiking trail. This trail is a lot different than from what I remember. It could be because when I did this hike, I did the 6-mile version of this hike and not the 5.2-mile version of this hike. But it's actually not that long of a hike if you're able to get a parking spot right there within that restroom area. But the trail is right there, just behind that bench over there. All right, so at this point, we're gonna head upstream the entire way. So we're gonna head up here and it's gonna take us to Cooper Canyon Falls. Or we're gonna come back down this way and it's gonna take us to that hidden waterfall I was telling you about. So we're gonna see what that hidden waterfall actually looks like. So for the next mile or so, the trail's gonna look like this. But down right here on this side, if I were to somehow navigate down there, I could probably get to the hidden waterfall. But I don't know how big the drop-off is, so I'll have to, maybe if I catch it on the way there, maybe I can get to the top of it. Okay, so I see one right here. So let's go just scramble our way down this path. All right, so there it is. I'm gonna go down to where the pool's at and just take a closer look to it. Okay, so we made it down to where it was coming down the canyon. It's pretty much like a little spur off trail to the side. It's easy to miss. And here it is. It's sort of like a grotto. So this is definitely one you can check up before you head to Cooper Canyon Falls. Okay, so I did meet some other hikers on the trail. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce you to them. Hi. How are you doing? But now I'm just gonna go ahead, get back on the trail and head to that other one. Okay, so you can see a small cascade just pouring down this creek. But I believe when we go down there more, or we come up through this way, not too far from us is actually the Buckhorn Falls. So there are a couple ways to go about this. I could head up the creek from Cooper Canyon Falls, or potentially there's a shoot-off trail or a primitive man-made trail to the side I could go off of. But I don't know if that's even the waterfall, but I could hear water coming down there. I'm not gonna lie though, you get some of the most epic canyon views here. You've got these mountains and peaks just lined up along the pine forest. Amazing. Okay, so this path right here is gonna go right along this area right here. So there's gonna be a turn off pretty soon, and then maybe within about a quarter of a mile, I would say, we'll probably be at Cooper Canyon Falls. Then from there we'll follow the creek upwards and make our way up to Buckhorn Falls. Okay, so we're approaching the waterfall, but the sign right here points to a path coming up through here. So 3 years ago, I actually took the path that went all the way up through here. So I believe that would have been a much longer hike than this path, mainly because I got lost. But this route actually comes up through the Pacific Crest Trail, and you'll encounter many backpackers hiking through the Pacific Crest Trail. We're above the waterfall, but just above there's actually going to be a rope that takes us down to the pool. Okay, so we're going to head down here. You can see the path right there. And this was that rope I was telling you about that you need to get down. So we're just going to head down through this rope, and you can see the pool right there. All right, so we have made it to Cooper Canyon Falls. This is it. This is all snow melt right here, so it's going to be pouring down really good. But now we're going to go ahead and head to Buckhorn Falls, which is going to be off trail. Okay, so we're back where that large tree is at. What we're going to do is we're going to head up this canyon right here. And up there is supposedly supposed to be Buckhorn Falls, but we're going to find out if it's actually over there. So now we're going to get off the trail. So we're going to have to pivot around this creek. There's going to be parts where it'll probably be like sort of a trail, but not actually a trail. So creek scrambling is not uncommon with me when it comes to finding hidden waterfalls. Right, so you just missed it, but they actually have fish inside of this creek. So you could come and fish around these pools. Okay, so I just dipped my feet in the water, man, and this water is really cold. Already we see a small cascade flowing down here. So that right there is a good sign. Okay, so I ran into this small cascade right here. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna head up here. As you can see, there's this large tree just falling over. I'm just gonna have to scramble my way along the canyon. Okay, so I believe I'm probably like maybe a quarters away from the waterfall. So we are closing in on that waterfall, and I could see it pouring down right now. We're gonna go ahead and get a little closer to it. Okay, so we are approaching the waterfall. That right there is Buckhorn Falls. Okay, so we have made it to Buckhorn Falls. This is it.
I hope you enjoyed this hike. Don't forget to like and subscribe.